Coming up, don't miss the inspiring story of a man that has found a way to motivate a high school football team while he himself is fighting for his own life.
Jeff has been through more than any one of us could be through in one of our lifetimes, and he feels that he's fighting in our battle for football and his battle for life.
There is power in words. Long after someone is gone, what they've left us can still inspire, even words about inspiring. Said the recently passed away author B.B. Moore Campbell, quote, "My emotional survival plan must be to actively seek inspiration instead of passively waiting for it to find me." You know, members of the Lake Oswego football team seek it every day with someone who inspires by sharing his lessons. Chris Connolly with a story that will give you every single reason to dream.
It is playoff week for the Lakers of Lake Oswego High School near Portland, Oregon. And so on their wet and windy field, they practice as other teams do. But that same week, in their locker room, they prepare as no other team can, gathering together and listening to words written for their ears alone.
Perhaps you are too young to know this, but eventually, most of the days of your life will fade from memory.
They are words of motivation from a man who needs others to move him.
My senior year, we were simply not good enough to be the state champions. You are.
Words of inspiration from a man whose will to live has inspired so many.
Today, I cannot walk and am confined to this wheelchair.
They are the words of Jeff Young.
Jeff has been through more than any one of us could be through in one of our lifetimes. He feels that he's fighting just as hard, or he's fighting with us in our battle for football and his battle for life.
I've been given top challenge. Somehow there's a way to turn this into good.
A generation ago, in 1979, Jeff Young was a sturdy running back at Lake Oswego, taking handoffs from quarterback Chimes Austin and earning respect for his dedication.
When football season was on, he dialed in and he got in the zone and, you know, ate, breathed, slept football.
I can remember him coming home after a practice and going back out in the street in the front of our house and running laps backwards.
He was still playing Division III college football when, in 1983, Jeff was diagnosed with amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, Lou Gehrig's disease. Doctors said he could expect to live just 3 more years.
What was it like when you heard that it was ALS?
I never heard him complain or say, "Poor me," or "Why me?" Never have I heard that out of that boy.
Well, first of all, it's hard to believe. You know, I thought this can't be. But, you know, he just went on.
In 1989, Jeff married and had a daughter. After he and his wife divorced, Jeff became a single parent to Priya.
I think probably because of his condition, I think that we are closer. He's doing really well right now, but we know that our time is somewhat limited, and that, you know, he's not going to live as long as like most of my friends' parents will.
While his family and a caregiver looked after him, Jeff took refuge in words. He began emailing a daily note of reflection to his wide circle of friends. His upbeat attitude made a big impression on Lake Oswego football coach Steve Corey, when he stopped by Jeff's house 4 years ago.
Here's a guy in a wheelchair that can, you know, he needs help to do everything, and he's going to have an impact on the world, you know, and so it was a neat story. And then you know, getting him involved was really kind of Jeff's idea.
I figured out that I can take what I've gone through, give the others the message that they need to hear, and do it with credibility.
Ever since, every week during the football season, Jeff has gone to his computer. And over many hours of careful thought and agonizing movement, he has composed a message that is read aloud to the team.
When I come to these messages, I'm a perfectionist. I've got to be as close to perfect as I can get for what I'm trying to say.
That same message, if I would have given it to him, you know, would have not had the impact that it has had on the kids.
2 seasons ago, Jeff saw his team display lackadaisical effort at the end of a key game. So Jeff challenged Lake Oswego to play hard for all 48 minutes of every game. LO48 became a Laker catchphrase.
Guys were writing it on jerseys, on their socks, on their arms. And then this year, now we're putting it up on the walls, and when we walk out, we're slapping the LO48 just to remind ourselves that we need to play 48 minutes every game.
I really crystallized in my mind, hey, you know, they really listen to what you're saying.
Later that season, in a state semifinal, a late TD pulled the Lakers within a point. They went for 2, but the pass slipped through the hands of tight end Kyle Lavender.
Jeff, he was probably my biggest supporter after that. He actually wrote me probably a 2-page email. I remember him writing in the email, he sees a lot of himself in me. He really felt for me, and that made me feel for him even more.
This season, Jeff was given a coach's title, and Kyle was named second-team All-State, part of a team that, as Friday's playoff game nears, now listens to Jeff's message, read by assistant coach Frank Everhart.
You will play 48 minutes of Laker football and leave everything you have on that field, or the Wildcats will take your dream to the next round.
It is a message that always ends by letting these players know that they are not alone.
Complete the vision. Live the dream. In the trenches with you, Coach Jeff.
In the trenches with you. What touches you about those words?
Because I know he wishes he was right there on that field.
On that field later that Wednesday, Jeff takes his regular spot at practice, braving the elements just to keep a watchful eye on his players. "48 hours later, it's Friday, game day. Jeff has been watching these seniors since they were freshmen. He knows their Lake Oswego football careers could have just 48 minutes left. So do they. Jeff is in the locker room as Coach Corey addresses the team.
They think they're a better football team. They think they're going to come over here and win. I'll tell you what I think. I think trust. I think family. I think LO48. 48 minutes of football, our style. That's what I think. Man, life's battles don't always go to the bigger, stronger, faster man. Sooner or later, the guy who wins, the guy who bleeds a kick.
see Jeff right as we're coming out of the tunnel, and that's something that it really puts everything in perspective. You realize how lucky we are even to be out on this field, to be playing this game.
The heavy fog of a fall evening in Oregon looms over the field. Peering through the mist is Jeff, guided by Chimes Austin, the man who was once his quarterback.
Get him, get him! Yeah! Who was that?
Billy Lee.
Billy Lee.
As cheerleaders and coaches offer encouragement, the Lakers grind out an early lead. The game and the breaks seem to be going their way. In the end, the grit and determination of the team from Lake Oswego, playing Jeff's way through a full 48 minutes of Laker football, wins the game.
Because of the way all of them, oh my gosh.
They love you too. That must mean a lot.
I get chills when they come up after the game and they start talking to Jeff, because they're taking it in, and you can tell that they want it to go on. They don't want it to ever end.
After this win, Jeff knows that next week he'll be writing another message to remind these players that they are on his mind and in his heart. A message that will once again end with these words: "In the trenches with you, Coach Jeff."
Chris, thanks a lot. You know, Lake Oswego went on to win its next playoff game before losing in the state semifinals. During the offseason, though, Jeff continues to write a daily inspirational email message to visitors on his Friends for Jeff website. This spring, he plans to accomplish one of his life goals, attending his daughter Priya's graduation from Lake Oswego High School.